You're watching The 12th Man at Arrowhead Drive, hosted by Kevin Britton, right here on Stadium Drive Sports.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the 12th Man at Arrowhead Drive. I am your host, Kevin Britton, bringing you all your Chiefs content every Sunday and Wednesday here on Stadium Drive Sports. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our content in the future. And if you guys do like the content, go ahead and like the video and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about what we're doing here on Stadium Drive Sports. So today we are going to be talking about 12 players the Chiefs should have their eyes on in the first and second round of the upcoming NFL draft. At the end, I am also going to be giving you a little sneak peek. Three players that I think the Chiefs could be potentially looking to trade up in the first round to get as well. So let's go ahead and hop right into it here today. So the first player I think the Chiefs should have their eye on in the first or second round of the draft is cornerback out of Clemson, Andrew Booth. So Booth stands 6 foot tall. He is 194 pounds. He has good length and good ball skills. He falls kind of right in line with matching kind of what the Chiefs tend to look for at a cornerback position. He does have strong hands, which definitely helps him with the contested catches. So he does well at that point as well. And he is just one of a couple cornerbacks that I think the Chiefs should have their eye on. Another is cornerback out of Florida, Kaiir Elam. Now, I think Kaiir Elam is very similar to Charvarius Ward, but I think he's much more polished. I think he comes into the NFL as Charvarius Ward is currently in the NFL. Kaiir Elam is 6'1", 191 pounds. Fluid movement skills and good lateral burst, which really allows him to be able to mirror receivers not only down in the field, but in and out of their breaks as well. And Elam has the much needed to be a Chiefs cornerback type of characteristic of good length to him as well, which allows him to be able to get his hands on a lot of passes also. The third and final cornerback I want to talk about is technically listed as a safety. And I think he can kind of play both roles and would fit perfectly with our scheme that the Chiefs have. And that is safety / cornerback out of Michigan, Daxton Hill. Now, Daxton or Dax Hill is 6 foot tall, 191 pounds. And he's got a great combination of not only good speed, also good quickness and the IQ to go with it. Daxton Hill playing a lot of safety and slot corner in college. He's become very adept to recognizing what's going on a play and being able to read things before they happen. And that's going to help him be able to excel in multiple roles in the NFL. So not only can he play safety, but he is equally as good in the slot. So I think there is a strong chance that we could be able to have Fenton on the outside, keep Snead on the outside, and have Daxton Hill as a slot corner. But he is also able to disguise a lot because we can use him as a third safety on our 3 safety sets as well. So a good fit for a lot of reasons for Daxton Hill. Next up, I'm going to move on to the defensive end position. First, out of Minnesota, Boye Mafe, who stands 6'3", 261 pounds. He's a high motor guy, but he is able to get off of blocks. And he also has good bend and speed to be able to get after the quarterback. But with his athleticism that he has from the defensive end spot, again, works perfectly for Spags. He's also able to drop into coverage. So it allows Spags to be able to get a little more blitz happy from one side, having a guy that can drop back and be able to disguise some of these coverages. The other defensive end that I think we should have our eyes on is Cameron Thomas out of San Diego State. So Cameron Thomas stands 6'4", 267 pounds. He's a strong edge setter, which obviously we all know Spags likes an edge-setting defensive end. But Cameron Thomas does have some sneaky athleticism to him as well. He's not just a big boulder sitting on the edge. He does have some promise to continue developing. He's not a fully polished product at this point, but he can become a much more versatile player and still fit into what we need right off the bat from day one. Now, there is one defensive tackle that the Chiefs should have their eye on here as well, and that is defensive tackle out of Georgia, Devontae Wyatt, who stands 6'2", 304 pounds. So Devontae Wyatt has great proportional length, and he has active hands in the passing lanes. I've talked about this on the show before. It's similar to Chris Jones, where if he's not getting to the quarterback, he's able to get his hands up in the passing lanes and really make it a nightmare for the quarterback trying to get an open window to throw through. Now, Devontae Wyatt is the type that pushes the pocket and really disrupts the backfield for the quarterback and the running back alike. And he's a well-rounded guy. He's going to give you a, good to average pass rush, and is also going to be very good against the run. So a well-rounded fit in the interior of the defensive line. Now, let's talk linebackers. I want to talk about two different linebackers that I think fit the mold. One is out of Oklahoma, Brian Asamoah, who is 6 foot tall, 226 pounds. He's an athletic linebacker that has good playing speed to him. And his athleticism that he has mixes really well for him to be able to not only be able to come on blitzes, but he's able to be really rangy in coverage. And that's where he truly excels. He is much more of a coverage linebacker, which fits perfectly to the needs the Chiefs have at that third linebacker spot. Now, he's also able to effectively limit yards after the catch. So while he may give up some catches, he is quick to act to make the sure tackle. The other linebacker is Chad Muma out of Wyoming. Chad Muma is 6'2", 239 pounds. And he excels with his short area quickness. And he's able to stuff the running lanes as well. So again, we're looking at a multi-dimensional linebacker here who has the abilities to be able to drop in coverage and be able to hook up on those tight ends, those running backs out of the backfield. So yet again, we're filling the need if we look at Chad Muma. Next, we are going to talk wide receivers, and I have 4 wide receivers we could be looking at in the first or second round of this draft. So we will do that right after this.
Welcome, Royals Empire. You now have an informative, interactive show made right here in Kansas City and made just for the Royals fans. Hosted by me, Sean Barr. Let me take you down the Royal way as you indulge yourself with some great Royals coverage along with coverage around the league. Plus a variety of fun segments. Might even learn a thing or two, even for the avid fan. Come join me. This is the Royal Way, only here on Stadium Drive Sports.
All right, guys. So we're going to be talking 4 wide receiver options that the Chiefs could be looking at in the first or second round. And then I'll be giving you the sneak peek of the 3 that I think we could be looking to trade up for in the first round as well. So let's go and hop into the wide receivers. First up, I have wide receiver out of USC, Drake London. Drake London, 6'3", 219 pounds. Now, some of these guys may be gone by the time it gets to our pick, but I think these are guys we have our eyes on, but wouldn't necessarily go giving up assets to move up for. Drake London being one of those guys. He's got a great combination of his height, his size, and his length. Definitely a big body wide receiver that's really able to go up on the contested catches and go get those 50-50 balls. And that's really where he excels, and that is a big part of his game. So Drake London, if we're looking to simply go bigger as we have been with our free agent acquisitions, apparently I can't speak, he would be a very good option for us. Another big body wide receiver, Treylon Burks out of Arkansas, 6'2", 225 pounds. He's an athletic, big body wide receiver who also can elevate and high point the ball at its highest point. Now, he's also a willing and able blocker as well. So not only can he be a big body wide receiver, he can also be out in front of some of our runs or our jet sweeps to be able to give some blocking downfield to help other guys be able to get their big plays off in this offense as well. Now let's look at a couple of speed options for us. One being Jahan Dotson out of Penn State. He's 5'10", 178 pounds. Now, Jahan Dotson has great body control, especially in the air. He's able to contort his body to be able to make some tremendous catches, even when contested. And he can really catch through that contact as well. Now, Dotson understands leverage and he understands the zone concepts, and he's good at going downfield and being able to kind of find those soft spots in the zone or in matchup man type of positions as well. And then he's got the speed and can gain separation on top of that. So a definite well-rounded wide receiver. He's not just doing one thing. He's going to give you multiple different options with his play style. The other one is Sky Moore out of Western Michigan at 5'10", 195 pounds. So Moore's game, his game is based more around his speed. He has exceptional long speed down the field, but he does have the short area quickness to be able to be very shifty and get off the line cleanly as well. And Sky Moore being a little bulkier at 5'10", 195, he's got a little more strength to him. He's able to force missed tackles after the catch as well and be able to really gain the yards after the catch, which is very important in an Andy Reid offense. So that is my list of players I think the Chiefs could have their eyes on with their current picks of the first and second round. But as I promised, I do have a sneak peek three players that I think we could be looking to trade up in the first round for. One of those options, and I think it's probably the biggest fan favorite, is Jameson Williams, wide receiver out of Alabama. Jameson Williams, 6'1", 179 pounds, and in my opinion, by far the most explosive player in this draft. Now, he is coming back off of injury. Hope for the Chiefs is that he does slip down the boards a little bit, slides into the teens, and we're able to make a run to go up and get him. Now, he's got tremendous speed, tremendous quickness, great at creating separation, and he's a home run threat, not only down the field, but also with yak, getting the ball in his hands, making guys miss, picking those holes, and being able to accelerate from that point. So, Jameson Williams, one player we could be looking to move up for. Another one is Kayvon Thibodeaux. Kayvon Thibodeaux previously, earlier in the offseason or at the end of the college season, was kind of in the talks of being the number one overall pick. There's a little questions about his character, and he's more focused on his brand than he is his play on the field. But regardless, you can't deny the talent the guy has. So he's 6'4", 254-pound defensive end coming out of Oregon. Explosive with great speed, good power. He can bend around the edge. And he's got good length. He's able to keep blockers off of him and keep them from getting into his frame so that he can continue his pass rush or be able to get to running backs out of the backfield by getting off of those blocks easy as well. The last guy, Jermaine Johnson, he's somebody that's kind of skyrocketed up draft boards during the offseason process. He was more of a late round projection earlier, but now he's, potentially top 10, top 15 type guy, could slide a little bit. It's hard to judge. It really depends on what other positions get hit heavy and early in the draft to see where Jermaine Johnson possibly falls to. He's kind of ranging anywhere from the number 2 to number 4 defensive end in this draft. He's 6'4", 254 pounds, same build as Kayvon Thibodeaux. Jermaine Johnson's coming out of Florida State, former teammate of current Chief and kind of developmental prospect that we have at defensive end right now as well. So be able to kind of team him up with a former teammate. Jermaine Johnson, he can play standing up. He can also put his hand in the dirt and play that 4-3 defensive end as well. And he's also got the capability, thanks to his athleticism, to be able to drop off into coverage also. So Jermaine Johnson, he's great at creating pressure and really getting after the quarterback as well as having other dimensions to his game. So Jameson Williams, KT, a.k.a. Kayvon Thibodeaux, Jermaine Johnson, 3 people the Chiefs could be looking to trade up for in the first round. It'll definitely be an interesting draft with all of the picks and the assets that the Chiefs have, and I look forward to what the Chiefs do to build this roster. I appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out with me today. Again, it's been a pleasure, and I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you like the content, like the video, click the thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below as well. I'd like to know your guys' feedback on what you guys think about these prospects as well. And if nothing else, just leave a comment letting me know, go Chiefs. And we are all Chiefs fans, and we are part of the 12th Man fam here on Stadium Drive. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Till next time.